Hey guys, Tarke here. We are back with Tarke Can't Sleep, chilling with a cat. And I want to do a bit of a channel update, ask you guys a few questions because getting towards the end of the league, curious to see what you guys have enjoyed from this league, going into next league, some plans for next league, and a slightly controversial idea that I'm not sure about what I want to do. So if it seems like a terrible idea, tell me, but don't freak out. And if you think it's a good idea, then tell me, but don't freak out. So far from this league, if we talk purely from like a channel perspective, this will be kind of like a channel update slash PoE update kind of a video, and I'll just sort of be covering what I've enjoyed about this league, both from a content creator point of view and from Path of Exile point of view, and then kind of some of the things that I want to do with the channel going into next league. So as you can see, we've been doing basically daily videos, near daily videos for a while now. This video is coming in a little bit late. Sorry about that, guys. My sleep schedule, you can probably tell, it's a bit out of whack. But yeah, we've been doing daily videos for quite a long time now. We've also been doing a lot of like 2 to 4 video days. I'm actually really enjoying daily videos. Daily videos is something that I want to keep doing even when I get back to streaming. The graphics card update is still being stupid. Basically, I have the 1070, well, my mate has the 1070 and now he's like just not answering his phone and it's just dragging out. I'm gonna get it sorted, but it's just people are being people and people are being useless. Apologies, I'm getting it sorted. Health is going good, health is improving, so on that point of view, Tarky's doing well. Still ill, still on the food replacement shakes, but I'm getting better, so that's good. Now, I've really enjoyed the daily videos and I've enjoyed doing less sort of like build guides and more kind of I have an idea, let's just do a bunch of updates and sort of just see where it goes, and more of like just a freestyle spitballing. We've done a few kind of off-topicy videos. We did the kind of like trolly videos. I enjoy doing this kind of stuff, so if you like that and you like having the daily content, then cool. If you aren't a fan of these like mini updates, see, this is something that I kind of feel a bit awkward with. So especially with this character, where my sleep's been all over the place, it's been a lot of like small, like piece by piece updates. Like, this is my initial tree idea. This is this. This is that. Generally speaking, the comments have been pretty good. There have been a few guys complaining that, we don't like that there's not enough like end game content. There's not much of this. There's not much of that. I'm not Mathel, right? If you want someone who like uploads a build of, hey, I've made this build, I want to do it versus Uber at Zeri versus Shaper and stuff, I'm not that guy. The thing is the way that I play the game is I like to have an idea, get it to a point, and then when I get bored of it, I kind of like to move on. I'm not one of those people who goes, okay, now let's like throw it into like insane levels, stick with it, invest loads of currency. When I get bored of a character, I don't feel like I don't enjoy feeling forced to grinding out. Now, when I'm streaming again, this will be slightly different because the act of streaming is very enjoyable. So when I get to the sort of point of a character where it starts becoming a bit boring, I'll be streaming all my play sessions. I won't be playing off stream. So in that sense, even when I'm playing something which I'm not enjoying, it will be more fun because I enjoy streaming. Does that make sense? So characters will generally be going further. If we actually look at this league, there have been very few rips. There has been a lot of I've gotten bored. So from this league, we have 1, 2, 3 deaths. That's it. Maybe 4 if I've deleted a character, but 3 deaths. And if you look in Hardcore Breach, we have a lot of characters that I just sort of stopped playing at a certain point. If you're in the high 80s, and if you're in sort of mid to low 80s, where I've kind of gone, yeah, I've explored this idea, it's not quite what I thought it would be or whatever, and I've sort of shuffled along. There'll be more characters going to death when I'm streaming again, okay? So that's kind of where the channel's at. When it comes to streaming, what is my plan with streaming? What is my plan for like long term? So I'm not sure how I'm going to handle doing daily videos and daily streaming. I want to keep doing daily videos. I do still play WoW on the side, and my plan, at least for the next 3 or 4 months is to continue playing WoW. The reason being is I need side things to stop me from getting super burnt out. It's also a thing of the people I play WoW with are, friends from the stream, friends from IRL, this, that, and the other. And it's nice having that kind of like social community. As you can probably tell from the amount that I play, I'm single now, not with Grill. It's nice having regular mates that I can hang out with in WoW and be like, it's tired, I don't want to rip, I can go do some Mythic Plus. So I do want to keep that going. And currently I raid 3 nights a week with one optional Friday raid. So realistically, it's kind of like 3 days a week I have to be doing on that, and we raid for I'm playing with my hair. I had a bath. I don't know why I do this, just briefly. I always have a bath, and then after a bath let's go record a video, but I don't put anything in my hair, so my hair looks stupid. And then I noticed that my hair looks stupid, so once I noticed it, I spent the next 30 minutes trying to pretend there's gel in it, and obviously there's never any gel in it because I keep forgetting to put gel in my hair, but I'm self-conscious anyway. So with that in mind, I think what my plan will be is I will aim for at least streaming 4 days a week, and there will be kind of 9 to 5 kind of streams. I want to be very strict with sleep schedule. So right now, for example, my sleep schedule's gone out of whack, and now my upload schedule, everything's shuffled along a bit. So while in my mind I'm still making daily videos, they're slightly out of shift because my day is starting later. So I want to be very strict with, wake up 8 in the morning, get ready, start streaming 9, 10 UK time, stream through to 4, 5, and then that gives me a few hours to chill out, record a video, upload a video, and I raid at 7:30. So in an ideal world, when I'm raiding, it'll be a case of I can wake up in the morning, either spend an hour or so in the morning getting ready, just doing my usual thing of chilling out, maybe upload a video then, do a stream, and then it's basically I want to have an hour or two before the stream, an hour or two after stream, and then if I have to do evening stuff in WoW, I can do that, and I'm not feeling under pressure. I don't want to be in a situation where I have to either stop playing WoW so I don't fall behind on schedules, or feel like I'm missing YouTube updates to miss out on stream stuff. Now, ideally, I would kind of have a system of streaming 5 or 6 days a week and then 1 day off. Because my health is still improving slowly by slowly, I don't want to instantly jump straight back into streaming at the start of next league and be doing 7 days a week, 12-hour streams, because I don't want to repeat what happened last time in Prophecy where I got really ill and had to stop streaming. So to start off, I want to say 4 streams a week, still doing daily YouTubes, and that way I can ease my body into it. Knowing me, I'll probably end up doing just daily streaming anyway, but my plan is to ease my body into it. Okay, so that's kind of that stuff. One other channel thing, and then we're just going to talk about my thoughts on the league, my goals at the end of league. Now, currently, I run adverts on my YouTube, and running adverts on YouTube is my only source of revenue at the moment because I'm not streaming, right? Now, the annoying thing about running adverts on YouTube is you cannot have any music which isn't copyright free. You're very limited. So this video, for example, where I was just doing whatever, there's something playing in the background. So this got copyright ID'd. So I couldn't monetize this video. Again, I don't make much money at all for my videos. Depending, it'll be somewhere between $50 to $100. And when it's on $100, that's when a video's gone huge on Reddit, or it's at the end of the year. At the end of the year, you get more money on YouTube and stuff because companies, it's close to Christmas, so the companies have spend all their budget on adverts around Christmas. The stuff is worth more. Mid to end of the year will be more $30 to $50. Basically, there's no money coming in from YouTube, right? Cool. But adverts are annoying. They limit what I want to do with videos. You end up in a situation where whenever anyone uploads a PoE thing, their background music is just D2. The D2 music is brilliant, but when I do it, Pox does it, 50 other people do it, it gets kind of annoying. It would be nice that if I just want to zone out and listen to some random music, I can play some random music in the background. So what I'm thinking of maybe doing is disabling all adverts on my YouTube. Basically, my YouTube wouldn't be monetized, and maybe setting up a Patreon. Maybe. Again, don't be like, oh, Tarke suck, whatever. I don't know if I want to do it. It's just something I've been thinking about the last few days. But it's the same thing with Twitch. Twitch is really annoying in the fact that the way that current Twitch works is the adverts are frustrating. You end up feeling forced into using ad block. And then if you want to support your streamers, you're in this awkward situation where you have to watch these bullshit ads. Like, I have a friend who... He's like, oh, Tarke, I feel bad that I run ad block, so I disable ad block to watch your videos, but then he has to sit through bullshit videos. And no one wants to sit through bullshit videos. So maybe what I might do is just set up a Patreon, and it would just be a thing of, I'll disable all adverts, and if you feel like you want to help me out, you'd maybe do something for that. I don't want to be one of those guys who's like, oh, I will have all these special breakpoints with a Patreon. Maybe I could help you with builds or something, but I don't know. And I don't know if I want to do that, but what are your guys' thoughts on the state of, you know, ads on both Twitch and YouTube and whatever? I just personally feel kind of... I just don't like running ads on my stuff, basically, because I find it annoying because it limits the kind of stuff that I want to do. But at the same time, I'm broke and I need to have some revenue. The tiny money I do get off YouTube, to give you an example, again, it's not crazy, it pays for food. And cat food or whatever. Like, it pays for subscriptions to games. It's not much, but it's whatever, right? So it's not like Tarke's going, oh, he's trying to get all that big boy money. So that's that. Why am I showing you my subscriptions? So that's just like channel-y stuff, streaming schedule, YouTube schedule. Tell me what you think about recent YouTube videos. If there's content you think that I should be doing or shouldn't be doing, let me know, whatever. As for the league, I've really enjoyed this league. I think Breach is a very cool league. I've had a lot of fun with it. Some of the things that I would like to see, I would definitely like to see Breach added in some sense into the main game. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the Zana system. Sorry, the Zana system being where, oh, we've gotten this old league and the only way you can interact with it is by throwing it onto maps. This whole system... Some people like it because it means they can roll beyond on everything. They can run double beyond. Personally, I think this is kind of a boring way of adding a mechanic into the game. I think that having beyond spawn... having Breach as part of the main game with a decent occurrence rate and then have it so you could force spawn it through prophecies, maybe have, you know, add it as a sextant option on the Atlas. So, you know, it could be a thing of, you know, a sextant could be like Che Breach or prophecy, you will encounter this Breach Lord. I don't know. I hope that we do get some reworks to something next league. I really miss skill tree reworks. One of my favorite things about the game was when a patch came out and something changed. The games felt kind of stagnant in terms of balance just because a new patch comes out and yeah, they might nerf like a skill and bring out some new uniques or nerf some old uniques, but nothing's really changing that much. I know that GG said multiple times they don't like changing the skill tree because people on standard freak out and, you know, quit the game and they don't want their player base to leave. But I hope that we at least get some interesting game changes, just mechanically, just revisiting some of the old skills, bringing up just something. They've said they might address double dipping for 2.6, but the fact they said they might makes me think it probably isn't going to go through until the Act 3 beta. So I'm not too sure how I feel about that. There's also been the PoE Reddit. People have been freaking out about Nazis, which I find kind of interesting. I'm not entirely sure what I think about this. So this is artwork for Act 5, basically. This is Act 5 artwork. It's page from the upcoming new Path of Exile art book, right? And there's some very cool things about this and some very weird things. So this dude has a whip. So maybe we'll get whip weapons. Maybe we'll get some whip-like skills. It's interesting to see new kinds of weapons on mobs. I'll address just like the cool things first, and then I'll go back and talk about like the art design aspect of it. I freaked out crossbows. They can't add crossbows to NPCs and not give us crossbows as a weapon-based type. That would be so amazingly awesome. and especially since it looks like it's one-handed because he has his hook in the other. And then there's, this. So this is just a girl with a stick with the Xbox brand tattooed on her face. So Xbox. Okay, so this is interesting. So NPCs will have a hook because that's a new mechanic. Having a Brutus hook on mobs will be very interesting. Make mapping kind of funny. I like the idea of like 5 party play in PvE. But anyway, imagine if you're playing with a friend and you're just doing your own thing, and suddenly hooked into bears. Like, what? Oh, rip. I think some fun can come up this. I like the idea of monsters being interesting in the skills they use rather than the deaths. Like, I like that he hooks you while he's alive rather than hook on death. Can you imagine that? Like a volatile hook on death rare? That would be a very cheesy way to go. But I'm sure there'll be some interesting rips going on to Reddit and highlights of people being hooked into bullshit. But interesting. Now let's just briefly talk about the actual art of it. So people have been freaking out about, come on, this is a bit blatant with the Nazi symbolism. You've got the whole arm patch thing, the same colorings. They've taken the... I said before these were Oriath symbols. These were... there's a word for them, like a Dekri or something. You'll correct me if I'm wrong. Please do teach me. I don't like spouting misinformation. But basically, this is the symbol of the Templar Order. And a lot of the game shares ties with, Nazi fascism, ideology, all that cool stuff. Some people are like, we don't mind you referencing stuff, but this is a bit too blatant. And personally, this to me it doesn't feel Path of Exile. Like if I just saw this artwork, I wouldn't think, oh, this is clearly a mob in PoE, right? Because not only are these new weapon types, sure, they're adding new weapon types, but these are kind of like, they're weapon types that I don't associate with PoE. They're armor types I don't associate with PoE. While, I like his shoulder cape thing. I think that looks kind of cool. It's just kind of like, it doesn't scream PoE to me. So I'm very interested to see how visually different this new act is going to be, how in keeping it will feel. Will these monsters feel out of place in old tile sets? I'm sure it will be fine. These could be boss types, not like core things. This guy, I could see this guy fitting in quite easy, especially in the way he's drawn here. I can very much see this fitting in with the, Pieties, Squadrons, Black Legion, whatever they're called, sorry. This works. And you also need to remember that while these are some very impressive drawings, the way they're going to be rendered in-game, it's not going to be this fancy. So once they've actually been added in-game, they might feel a bit more in keeping. But I just thought I'd throw out my thoughts on that. But I think this guy looks pretty cool. I think this is like perfectly in keeping with pre-existing stuff. It's just this is kind of like an interesting sort of fetish gladiator Nazi Birdman plague mask. Like it's very busy and it borrows from a lot of different things, and it's just kind of But I'm very interested in the new weapon types. I think the new weapon types are pretty cool. As for this character, I've only just started playing literally in this last few sessions. In the last video, remember I was like 91 or 92 or something. I basically woke up, had an hour to get ready, then had a raid, and then jumped into PoE post-raid. Damage has been doing really well. We just did our Merciless Lad. Absolute face roll. This, funnily enough, while a lot of people can complain this build looks super janky and it's terrible and what the fuck, this has actually been the smoothest lab clear of any of my bow builds that I've played this league, and you could tell Tarke that's just because you play bad builds. But half the builds we did this league was like generic crit. Mathel's currently doing, or was recently doing, Death's Opus Assassin. We basically played that build earlier this league. We've done like so many variations of just generic bow stuff that this is actually pretty powerful. While it is clunky in the fact that you have a very active playstyle, you're constantly mashing a lot of buttons, you're managing buffs, I personally enjoy it, and it feels a lot smoother than it is to watch. And the XP rates I've been getting in Drag Lake, just casually at like 70s, not pushing super hard, not using like crazy movement speeds, not using Vol Haste, not using Silflas. I've been pulling like 150 to 200 mil XP per hour, depending on like how much attention I'm paying, which is sort of comparable to what you get to most like generic bow builds at that kind of level. So don't bash this too hard. The real challenge with this will be seeing how it scales up. But currently, it's performing fine. So yeah, that's Tarke with a very long-winded sort of PoE channel update. Let me know what you guys think about whatever. Hyped, hopefully, for Tarke streams plus daily YouTube videos. Let me know what you think about the Patreon idea. Again, I'm still not sold on it. I don't know if it's something I want to do. But it's just something I've been thinking about it. And yes. Anyway, I'm Tarke. Cat's peaced out. Have a good day. Bye-bye.